welcome back. So we're going to create this scene in Google Docs. So this is something that everybody pretty much has access to, and I wanted to show y'all how you could create something like I did in AI, Adobe Illustrator in Google Docs. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. There are easy things about it, but it does not allow you to do as many things as you can do in AI, but it is a quick way that you can achieve something like this. So first we're going to go here. Everybody has this. If you have Google, that's there, that's available. And then you just click where you're going to add a new one. And they automatically save, so you don't worry about having to save it or anything. And then I'm going to show you how to move the margins, right? So I always move the one on the left side all the way up, and I move the one on the top all the way over, so that will give us enough room to build as big a page as we need to. Then I go into the whole document and I change it to landscape. That's going to be a lot better for you to create a landscape, if you will. That's just the better angle for it to be at. So just showing you how, and if you were working with an A4 paper, you can change it to that as well. And if you missed, how I went in and got that, we will be doing that multiple times. You're going to go to insert, you're going to insert image, and then you're going to go find your image wherever it is. First things first, you want to make sure that you're clicking this button here at the bottom where it is on top of the text. This is going to allow you to move anything around on the page as much as possible. So we're going to continue to add things, add the images in. We're going to continue to move them with the text so that I can kind of move them up and down, over and sideways without any issues. I have no real plan here. I just honestly am just pulling things in, just whatever I like. Here I was showing y'all that you can change the screen size to different sizes so that you can see the screen a little bit more, or the whole page a little bit more if you minimize it a tad bit. I did put it at 50 and then I changed it to 75 for some reason, probably because I'm old and I can't see anything. But anyways, so you can at some point, like here, I'm pushing this button where you can put it in the front or you can put it behind. They both allow you to move the image where you want, but I kind of wanted that one to be in the back, right? But then you can take the other image that's right next to it and you can bring that forward or that back, and you can kind of move them wherever you need, in front of something else or in back of something else. And I'm continuing to bring in images and use that to put them in front, because I'm building, I'm building as I'm going. If it is something that you want to be in the foreground, or in the I don't know why I keep doing that, then the background, you want to make sure that you're kind of adding that first. It gets a little bit more difficult to bring that forward if you have it in the beginning, because you're kind of adding things on top. So just have a bit of a plan, like, okay, I want the mountains in the back, I want the trees and the deer in the front, that kind of thing. But you can just delete it and then bring it back in, and it will be in the front. It will come in much closer to the front. So I brought in this bunch of like trees with snow and everything, and I thought I was going to use that kind of in the background, but I end up deleting that and using a different tree. But I just kind of wanted to show you that this is, it's real easy to just kind of play around a little bit and figure out what you do and what you don't want, what kind of look goes, what kind of look makes sense, if you're going for more realistic or if you're going for more, characteristic, that kind of thing. So just basically you're just doing this image upload from computer. I would not suggest pulling them over like I was doing in AI. I would suggest just bringing them in from your computer. Just find where they are in that in the file that you have them, put them somewhere that you know where to go and find them, label them correctly, whatever, and then do that. But if you're pulling them from pulling them over into this document, it doesn't work as efficiently or fluidly as if you just pull them in from insert your image and insert from the computer. I'm just continuing to add just ever little elements, just so you know, if you have something clicked, if something has that blue square around it, you cannot go in and insert another picture. So if you're like, why can't I insert something? That's why. To make sure you click off of it somewhere else onto the sheet where there's nothing selected, and then you can go back in and insert the image from the computer. This is where I decided that I didn't like that little bunch of trees. And so I went back in and deleted that little bunch and then brought back in that big bunch of trees. And I thought it would fit a little bit better kind of at the bottom of the mountains there. We could, create this kind of little forest. And so that's what I kept kind of bringing things in and moving them around. And, this is just, you can play with all the things that you want. This is where I was going to show you in the size and rotation. You can do like your own sizes, or you can lock the aspect ratio and make sure that you're moving it whatever the actual size, width and height and all of that is. Or in something like this, you can unlock the ratio and you can kind of move it and stretch it and pull it and make it taller, make it skinnier, that kind of thing, because it's nature. And like I said before, it doesn't really matter. You can kind of make it your own. So I kind of kept all of these unlocked while I was doing this, because I didn't, I wanted to kind of fit it wherever I wanted it to fit in. And this, I was just playing with trying to put some of the mountains, behind, and putting this one forward and that one behind, and then putting this one forward. So it's a little bit different than like whenever you go into the layers of AI, you can just, move them up and down and kind of put them wherever you want. This is a little bit different. Word has it where if you have Word, you kind of essentially do the same type of thing, but you have a little bit more flexibility in your being able to move it in front of the text and, move. There's a few more options that Word gives you, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing it in Google Docs, because I promised y'all, and I wanted you to know that you don't necessarily have to go and buy a big program, that it is available in a simple, program like this. And here I'm just kind of adding all of my I'm not always moving that tree around. That sometimes when they come in, you kind of like grab the tree by accident, or you grab the mountain by accident, and then you got to go back and try to grab whatever it is that you're actually trying to pull, So this will happen to you a lot. Don't worry. Just know that it will happen. So, but I went ahead and brought that tree, kind of spread it out a little bit more so that we could kind of have like this little nook where this reindeer was, whatever it is supposed to be. And I brought in just these little elements here where I was bringing in a Christmas wreath. Not that that's logical that this would be in the forest, but I thought, we're going to throw in some Christmas things here, that it would just be hanging on the tree there. I did bring in a Christmas present. The reason that I was doing these little things like this was just basically to show you how all the different little aspects that some of these, big groups of these scenery downloads that you can get off of Creative Fabrica. There's like so many. And it took me a while to be like, what am I supposed to do with all of these images? Just make a decal, or just make this, just make that. No, you can create your own scene and your own atmosphere. And that's what I really loved about this whole, aspect. See, I want to pick up the holly, and I picked up the tree and moved it. So anyways, I thought the holly sitting in the reindeer's, whatever, they're called antlers, you know, would be kind of cool. And then I added in a little baby deer that was laying down, you know, just in the foliage there at the bottom. And then I ended up adding a scarf to the deer so that I don't know, it just kind of like looked very Christmassy once I added that in. So, but anyways, I just wanted to show y'all that's kind of how you would build that image. Then you're going to go in and you can save it, you can print it, you can share it, you can download it to in one of these forms if you were trying to share it, you know, or put it into a Christmas card or whatever. You know, like there's so many things that you can do with this. You can share it with others if you wanted to. Then you can go into print. And this is just, you know, whatever your printer is, whatever options come up, whatever options it is that you're printing on, if you're doing water slide, or if you're doing what I was using this for, which is a much thicker, almost like a fabric type of printing, you always want to make sure that you're going into more settings and that you're going into the printer properties. This is going to allow you to, you know, change whatever you need to change inside of that printer. And sometimes you just need to play around. Just look at all the different little options. Look and see what things make sense to you. Look it up. Google it. You know, I Google stuff all the time. So anyways, I hope you love this. I hope this helps you out. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time.